Hi guys, it's Pastor Larry again today, and today I got a real treat for you. We've been talking about and teaching on this will be train up a child in the way they should go. In other words, teach your children how to communicate with God so that Jesus can help you raise your children and take the work and take the worry and take all the frustration out of raising your children. This is not a theory. This works. Eventually we're going to be talking to, or you're going to be listening to a wonderful young couple up in the last church where I just ministered who's making this thing work. They're just doing a wonderful job. I'm excited about the results that they've reported. It's wonderful what God is doing and what He's capable of doing if we give Him a chance. And that's all I'm trying to do. Teach you to give God a chance so that your life can be peaceful and calmer and more productive, and you'll live longer, happier, healthier lives. And so will your children. So, hang on, you're going to enjoy this couple.
Hi, we're the Brainards. I'm Natasha.
I'm David. We have 5 kids right now and 1 on the way. We've known of Pastor Larry for, 8-9 years now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And I guess first heard about really talking and having relationship with Jesus from Andy and Lori Sperlin and their kids. And early on, Natasha talked to me about it was on her heart to make sure that our kids knew how to do it from an early age, even, infants.
Yeah. Initially, we were learning how to do that and how to talk to God together. And after I think we got a more solid foundation, we realized that we can give our kids a lot better opportunity to succeed in life, regardless of what they come up against, if they get God's truth on things they've been through and situations and experiences.
Yeah. It takes a lot of the responsibility of, or the fear, I should say, of messing up your children's lives when you're letting God speak His truth to them.
Amen.
Yeah.
We don't always do it right. I have anger tendencies, and I was telling Larry that you have to put your flesh down. You have to be humble and admit that God knows your children's hearts far better than we do.
Yeah. And your children show you a lot of grace. And one thing I've realized, the best way to get your children to talk to God in the first place is to talk to God yourself and let them see you do that. When we started doing that, I think the fruit of them talking to God was way better. I think my second born it's taken a little bit more, and if you get to know your children, that's really important. You can find out who they mimic more after. I've noticed my second born will mimic more after my husband, and at times when he doesn't want to listen to God, because it happens to both of us, Silas is not likely to do that either. They watch you. He is 6 going on 7 here pretty quick.
And how old's your oldest?
My oldest is almost 8.
Okay.
And he has just such a heart for God at a very young age. So it's been pretty simple with him. I know I watched Jenny work with him. That would be Jennifer Sperlin. It was Sperlin, now it's Junie. And I've learned a lot from them in how to work with my kids on the big issues that come up. But then even more importantly, if you work on the little issues and not even issues, teaching them how to ask God about all the little things, like the biggest thing we've had or biggest little thing would be when it comes to eating. You never know if your kid should eat more or had enough, and so I took the difficulty away from myself and said, okay, ask God. It's a simple way to test and get them used to hearing God's voice in a simple way, so when it comes up to arguments or for me, like with schooling, I homeschool, and it comes in handy a lot.
And that same train of thought about eating, Some good friends of ours were just talking to me last night, actually, about kind of their first exposure to talking to God and it being more of a conversation versus just the religious act of praying. And we were at their house for dinner and we were having spaghetti, and our oldest, Emery, at the time was probably 4 and hadn't hardly touched the spaghetti and said he was full. So, just acting all normal, Natasha said, well, why don't you ask God? So he bows his head and looks back up and said, God said I should eat half of my spaghetti. And that just impressed my friends so much. And through the years we've been able to, through that instance, my kids witnessing to other people in the power of this as well.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
And they have such a confidence in God, and when he talks to them, they know it. It's real. They don't have to question
They
it.
never doubt that they're hearing from him.
Yeah.
Like we do, where we've grown up in, a more religious way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's beautiful. That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm excited. That's the biggest thing is I've always wanted to be a mom, and there's a lot of responsibility realizing going into it and being able to teach our kids to listen to God about why they're driven to do something it changes everything, because they no longer will have to go through the things that we did. And even if they do, they can quickly turn around and say, okay, God, why did I feel the need to do that in the first place?
The hurts that we have caused as parents by making mistakes and not listening to God and how we deal with them, they will know how to get to the root of that hurt. And
Yeah.
that's the most important thing.
How did you physically start? Your first child, for instance,
Oh, Emery.
was he just watching you guys and decided to pick up on it, or
No,
how
I
did you
think
start him?
initially like I said, I think I saw Jenny work with him. It was at the church here. He was really upset about something, and she sat down with him, and I was right there, so I got to witness step by step. She's sat with him like that. I think that's a key, is to not expect them to just all of a sudden be there and get through it, because God doesn't do that with us. He cares.
Yeah.
He listens, and then when we're ready, and when he was ready, she was able to help him get to the feeling of how he's feeling in the first place, and getting through that. And after that, I really latched on to, wow, they can do this at a young age and not go through what we did. And I think after that, we started, in the daily stuff.
And he was 4 then?
He was younger.
No, he
than
was
that.
younger than
Younger
that.
than 4.
Yeah.
I think
Yep.
the big
That's
thing
awesome.
is they get distracted very easily. So oftentimes we have to say, okay, bow your head, close your eyes, so that they can not have as many
Sure.
visual distractions.
Sure.
basically.
Yeah. God also had to show me with teaching the kids to talk to God, it's not my responsibility to make them talk to God. Just like God can't make us listen to Him. So that took a lot of the pressure off of me as well.
Yeah.
And then off the pressure off of them because I no longer needed them to listen to God for me to feel better as a mom. But
That's a good big
yes,
point right
yes,
there.
it is.
You want to feel good about you.
Yeah, I'm a good parent.
Yes.
Listen to God. Yeah. So allowing them to be a human being and make the choice to listen to Him, and then not just doing, like I said, the really difficult things, because if you only ask them to listen to God when they're in trouble, I noticed this with our second born, he was turned off by it and wouldn't listen to God for quite some time.
Sure.
And so I just kept working with him, and Jenny had suggested working with him on just simple daily like fun things, and asking him and letting him be a part of all the really good things, so realizing how much God loves us and wants to be a part of every part of it.
Yeah.
Like when you tuck him in at night.
Yes.
Perfect
yes.
time to
Yeah.
let him hear or receive from God,
Yep.
and that's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
And when I go on trips, you talk about letting them listen. Because since there's so many of them, I went to Iowa and I had all 5 of them. It was the first time I had done that. And about 10 minutes in, I was at breaking point. And I called Jenny and she helped me talk to God, deal with my issues. And then after that, I said, okay, we're going to start over. Guys, everyone close your eyes, listen to him, and see what he has to say. And we had an amazing trip. You know, when things came up, we were already in habit of talking to him.
Awesome.
So
you just said, close your eyes and calm down, kids. We want to hear what Jesus has to say about our trip here. Or
yeah,
something.
yeah, because
And
he cares.
He began to speak to them, and they began to tell you what he was saying to them.
Yeah, and it's
That's
usually
beautiful.
very simple.
Yeah. That's
You know,
awesome.
It's really encouraging, especially when things, because you don't always know. Sometimes they repeat you, but they're just learning,
Yep.
just like we do. But when they really say things that are so far beyond their years and mine is super exciting.
Sometimes what he tells them is about stuff that interests them, but I don't doubt that because God is interested in what we
Yep.
are. So
Yeah.
All right. What, just for a final wrap up, is there any encouragement you want to give to young moms and dads who may be watching this right now, who are trying or want to make this happen in their life, but right now kind of got their hands up and not knowing what to do? Any encouragement for them?
Start with the little things. Even if it's just have them ask God what clothes they should wear that day. Like I said, the eating, and God gives you grace, give yourself grace, and your children will too. But the more consistent you can be, the better it is for you and for your children.
yeah, deal with your issues, lead by example, so that
Yeah.
That's
So that
huge. Say
you
that
are-
again. Do what?
deal with your issues, lead by example.
Yeah.
That way, when you're helping your kids, you're not just helping them to get rid of an annoyance to me. I'm helping
Right.
them because I love them,
Sure.
Yeah.
and they feel that.
Super.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you both so much.
Wow.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Well, friends, I hope you enjoyed the Brainards. I hope you enjoyed their testimony. I hope it's encouraged you. I hope it's inspired you to take a step closer to God and to bring Him deeper into your family. If there's any questions, don't be afraid to make a comment, give me an email. I got contact information all over my website, larrylowe.com. Get a hold of me. We want to help you. If there's anything that in this video that blessed you, then I would suggest you share it with others that you know. Like it and subscribe to my channel, because we're going to be talking about things that will directly affect your life, your kids' life, and your future. And we want to help you. We want to help you live life longer, happier, and healthier. So, God bless you. I'll see you next week on the next video. Bye-bye.